Hey, how's it going? So, on this stream, as I watch myself move around the image on the live stream here, it's been a while, and I haven't done these one of these in I don't know how long, but yeah, it's been a minute, and I just want to get back into it. I've been kind of chipping away on some different stuff for starter packs recently, which is at starterpacks.net. It's basically the Blue Sky starter pack directory explorer thing that I wrote a while ago. Um, Trying to breathe a little bit more features into it and figure out ways just to make it more useful. And I'm finally going to work on the feature that I've been meaning to build on it for a while now, which is actually the starter pack editor. So I'll give you a little run through of like what the site's looking like right now. That's obviously not the site. That's just me checking YouTube, making sure this thing's okay. So this is the kind of current version of the site. Um, this is running my local. So you see the starter packs is a little bit lower number than it normally would be. But I've been adding little things like this little like me call out thing. Whenever you're logged in, I have this new pricing page that's actually live on the site right now, but I'm not linking to it yet because I want to get some more of these kind of like differentiators in, I guess, to maybe make it a little bit more worthwhile. But here's some plans I'm going to start toying around with, see if anyone's interested in it. And one of those things is really just this starter packs quick editor. Basically, the experience of editing starter packs in the current Blue Sky app is a little bit kind of, I don't know. I mean, I understand why they did it, um, but it's not the smoothest. So I'm going to try to basically figure out a nice way of making this quick editor. And essentially, it's going to have two different modes. It'll be allow you to basically quickly add a person to one of your existing starter packs, and then also um, allow for you to basically create a brand new starter pack on the site, which is going to be a little bit more involved. And I'm just going to try to figure out what that UI is during this stream. So yeah, this is the pricing page. I'm logged in here. I can go in and see go quick over to my profile. I currently have one starter pack in that I've created, which is just some podcast and podcasters. Yeah, you're going to see some weird rendering stuff pop up. Not 100% sure why that's happening, but it doesn't seem like it's messing with the production build. Um, I think it's just a weird SSR thing with like the data. But so again, yeah, little things that kind of make the site a little bit clearer and call more attention to stuff because originally I basically was showing a follow button on your own profile when you're logged in. That's not the case anymore. The one thing that you will see with the starter pack editor is I have this new little plus button thing going on here. And essentially, that's the thing that's going to basically kick open this modal, which isn't really styled right now, and is going to have some more features. But I'm going to start small and just try to build it up. And then, I don't know, if you have suggestions on how I should set it up or any sort of styling stuff, let me know. And we can make it cool. So, guess let me jump into some code stuff. So you should be seeing my cursor stuff here. Let's just make sure. Yeah, make sure you're seeing the right window. I feel like Ecamm has bit me a little bit here and there, showing like the wrong window and me showing potentially like client code when I shouldn't be. Let's see. I feel like there's a way to go into like presenter mode or something, right? Also, I don't know what am I listening to right now? Um, Actually, wow, it's just showing you whatever. So it's showing you. Yeah, I do have a Spotify jam session, like a jam going right now. So anyone, if you want, I posted the link in the chat, but if you want to listen along, hit up that Spotify link and I'm going to be mixing it up. Right now I'm just playing some stuff off of my Discover Weekly, which I haven't made it through yet this week, but yeah, let me get this bumped up into a little more a little bigger font here so you can see it. Let's see here. I don't need the actor processor. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, we got our provider. So yeah, this is basically Starter Packs was the first site that I ended up that I've launched, actually, just like as far as like personal sites go, that I was playing around with this new well, not really new. I mean, I've been using NX, which is like a monorepo manager for a while for both like personal projects and client projects, but this was the first one where I actually have I kind of structured it the way I want, but like you can see here in the apps, I have an API, a fire hose, and a site. The site is a Next app hosted on Vercel. And then the API is actually a Nest, N-E-S-T app that basically handles all the auth and all the API endpoints. And then the fire hose is actually a little service that's running that is both basically it's consuming the Blue Sky fire hose stuff. And then I have it set up here to do some stuff with like when it gets some actor stuff so I can kind of keep those fresh and starter pack stuff. And then also has a bunch of job stuff queued into it. So I don't know, it's kind of nice. Like in the past, I've normally for like personal stuff, I've normally used Laravel for all of my stuff, but I do kind of like the ability of having these like different apps that actually can utilize shared stuff from these like libraries that are locally within a project. So you see here, I have a profiles library that's in the works that could be used. There could be a processor on it that's used by the fire hose, but also the controller and stuff could be used by the API. And obviously the service could be used by both. So I don't know, just like cool little stuff like that. But yeah, just for anyone who hasn't seen the code base or is familiar with the project, that's kind of the makeup of it. So all the stuff I'm going to be doing tonight is really, React stuff, coupled with making API requests to the NestJS app. And then who knows, maybe we'll have to do some stuff in the fire hose to update some stuff, but I don't think so. And actually, the one thing that I started thinking about before I started diving in and wiring up some controller stuff was there's actually some jobs that I'm only doing in the fire hose context that I might see if I can actually add a job from the API and then have the fire hose processor process it. I don't know. We'll have to see because it is using there's the potential there that it could be using a shared Redis service, but I need to see if I could cross those streams like that or not. I'm not 100% sure. So, or whether I need to actually have a processor within the context of the API as well. But I think I can do everything I need to tonight with just the API endpoints and just doing everything kind of in line. And then who knows, maybe I'll bounce some stuff off to a job or two here and there. But yeah, I don't know if you could tell. I mean, I if you've ever heard me before on a stream, I feel like my allergies are really kicked up right now. But I'm making do. Cool. So as you can see here, I have this starter pack editor provider, and for now, I'm just kind of shoving everything in the app. I might clean this up later, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like when you start getting fancy and starting to abstract this stuff and like trying to make it nicer, you just create more like file hurdles to jump over. So for now, it's all right in here. I don't think I'm sharing any tokens or private stuff in here. Hopefully not. But basically, I was trying to create like a one spot where I can essentially have this modal that opens. And then I'm going to be adding a bunch of stuff. Like right now, the concept is that I'm going to actually, for the first thing, I think what I want to be able to do is just add an existing actor to an existing starter pack and just get that going. So this add to starter pack modal, which I'll open up over here. Actually, let me get some tune. If anyone's not, if anyone is listening to the music, let me know. I'll mix it up, but feel free to throw some comments in there. I think I should be able to see them via eCam. If not, I don't know. I guess I'll see them or I won't. But yeah. So actually, oh yeah, maybe I should pull up. I'll pull up Twitter just to see. All right, thanks, John. Um, no, maybe later. I'm not trying to boost some visibility on this right now. But I don't think I'm gonna actually be able to see the chat in here. To pull it up on my. That's annoying. Pull up on my phone real quick. That's if anyone wants to chat. If you don't want to, it's all good. But I'll at least check to see if you want to chat. Pull up my phone real quick. Okay. I guess let me post. I'll post the Spotify link in the Twitter chat too. All right, there you go. So for the few of you that are on Twitter right now, or X, or whatever you want to call it, I just posted the Spotify link on there. Definitely throw out some suggestions. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw it on this one album. Oh man, am I going to remember the name of it? I think I can get to it through here, or at least this one song. There's this song by this AC Acoustics. I think it's like a Scottish band. The song rips. Oh man, I might have to turn up my Spotify a little bit. So good. But yeah, so all right, back to codes. All right. So I started basically kind of plumbing this out a little bit. And let me turn down a little bit. Started plumbing it out. I basically have the provider. I created this like generic modal. Doing some debugging here to make sure I was getting my client stuff and was like loading the starter packs for the person who's logged in. I basically have the modal where it's just rendering the starter packs with the I guess I'll probably need to put I guess I do. CID. Um, got that going on. So really, at this point, I need to basically, during this request, I'm getting the actor. So I need to figure out how I want to get that done into the modal. I could just set that as state. I also was thinking about this idea of context, but I don't think I need to worry about it now, which is I was thinking about like, well, are these people being added from another pack or a profile or their own profile? So I thought that could be cool to capture later on, but for now I just have it as like a placeholder. I mean, I guess cursor's telling me I should debug this, but I think I have it set up. And then actually the only place I think I have the add right now is within the profile card. So I can pull that up real quick. But I think I have it commented out elsewhere. But essentially, yeah, I started adding this where it's just basically the avatar, that plus icon, and then has this little handler on it, which I then see whether you're logged in or not. I don't really need that log anymore. And then I can call that, and I am just passing profile card, but I just need the profile DID. And add actor to starter pack. So yeah, so that basically calls that provider method. It opens the now I have to have my phone open so I can toggle between the site and stuff. It basically toggles that and then allows me to select this. So in theory, once I submit that, that person should be added to this, but I probably shouldn't do that on a pack that they're already in. Also, I won't do it just yet, but I'm imagining that I should do maybe some sort of like smart disabling of these packs in the event that the person's already in the pack. I don't want to be able to basically try to add them again. I'm not sure exactly how the Blue Sky API will handle that. Well, whether it would just reject the list item creation or whether it's just going to like dupe them up. But I guess we will see. So yeah, so that's basically that. And let me see what I have. Yeah, I don't have an add on here, but I can add it. And actually, I might already have it on the page, maybe just disabled. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna see all like the stuff that I I either put in for debugging or just stuff I was playing around with that never saw the light of day because I just ended up commenting out. But I guess I never added it there. I should. That's something I should do. I should basically have the same kind of setup. But well, maybe we'll skip that for now. Let's just get something, make it work, then make it right. So yeah, let me go back to the codes. So yeah, I don't have that there, but we can just use the profile card as our initial test case, and then we can figure out how to move on from here. So cool. So we have the actor. We're grabbing the DID. I guess if we want to make sure that we're getting this, I can go back to browser view here and pull up our inspector here. Let's see. So I am getting, oh, undefined. All right, good to know. Thanks, debug. You knew I wasn't doing it right. All right, so let's see here. Why is that undefined coming from the profile card? Ah, because I need to use the local profile. Yeah, this is one of those tricky things where it's kind of maybe a little bit of a legacy thing. Actually, no, it's not really. When I do things like follow the person, so in a in an attempt to optimize some stuff, I can basically pass in the profile via a prop. So imagine I'm getting that from like a starter pack, or I'm in some sort of context where I'm listing like follows or followers or something like that. I basically have the whole profile or like enough of the profile to render the profile card. But then as soon as I interact with the follow button, um, the state of that basically kind of becomes stale. So then I have to have this local profile, which is just actually like a React query, like use query, lazy query, and I can basically enable it and then also refetch based on it. And so it's like a local state. Now, if I was using some sort of like global state manager, actually, sorry, I'll go back to code. I actually started using the Stream Deck mobile app because it's a little easier just to have up on my phone. So I don't know if anyone's geeking out on stream stuff, but I'm playing around with that. So I'll try to be mindful. At least means I don't have to like go into eCam every time and then figure out where I'm at and bounce around. I can at least like look down at my phone and be like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it right. Okay, cool. So yeah, I have this use profile, which is basically just kind of a wrapper into use query or use lazy query. And that's that. So that's why I think I was getting the undefined because this basically hasn't fetched anything. So I need to look at this local profile and I'm memoizing it based off of what I have. So if I've fetched a profile here, it means I'm kind of overriding it, and that should be the source of truth. If not, rely on the prop that's passed in. So now if I go back out to Browserville and I have this guy again, I do see that I am getting the DID and with the context of profile card. So that's cool. Also, just a bunch of other stuff being outputted here, but I guess you're going to see my token. Maybe I need to hide that, huh? It's all good. It's just my local. Cool. So now we got that going in. So we know that our provider is getting that. So I'm going to go back to code view. All right. Yeah. So I'm going to get this actor. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, could be like kind of a cool thing. Maybe render the person that you're adding and then show the packs that you want to add them to as like selections below with like the add to packs button. What does that look like again? Yeah, I mean, this thing is just pretty much vanilla modal right now. No styling on it. But we can make this a little cooler. All right. I think I do it is centered here. I might make it a little nicer. Yeah, there we go. Center it up in the window a little bit there. Select some stuff. Yeah, I think it would be cool to have the profile that's passed in there. So For now, I'll just use a little state here. And yeah, they know what I want to do. I don't really care about the context right now, but I can at least set the actor. And then I could pass that into modal. Just accept that. I'm being a little bit lazy here. I'm just going to any some of these TypeScript stuff just so I'll make it, again, make it work, make it right. Just shimming this stuff in. But yeah, I'm just going to do a little set the actor, pass that in, or set the state, and then pass that into the add starter pack modal, and then we'll do some stuff with it in here. So I have my use actor starter packs. I can also do data actor profile, and I can do my use profile, and I can include that. And then we can do some stuff with that in here. So let's see. Maybe I'll just profile. We'll render some stuff in there, and if we don't have it, we could show a loading or something else, but for now we'll just do null. And that'll be fine. Get some flex in here. I mean, for now, I'm going to keep it pretty straightforward. It'll just be the avatar. And then we'll have, yeah, display name, but actually, or the handle. Sometimes the display names aren't set on Blue Sky profiles. So sometimes you got to do that handle as a fallback. And I guess if we really wanted to, it could be nice to maybe, in the event that, let's see here, basically, if there is profile.display name, oh, like optional chaining is a little bit off there. In the event that there's a display name, let's actually just show the handle too. And we know that that exists. And if not, then we'll just, actually we'll render null. And we'll also change this into, sometimes cursor really pisses me off sometimes. When they just use all this suggestion stuff that blocks the stuff that you actually, where you want to type. It's a minor pain, but it happens. Let's see here. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. But yeah, the AC Acoustics, it's a cool band. Yeah, I've been kind of bouncing around all over the place. My buddy Phil just released an album on Spotify. It's sick. So maybe I might dip into that in a little bit. Self-released album, I should say. But yeah, what do I want to listen to here? I've been listening to this album a lot, but I'm not sure. Let's see what the vibe's like on it. Kind of stumble across this stuff. See if it fits the mood. All right, cool. So we're back in code mode, adding some stuff to the modal here. Let's see if it's actually taking it. So if I have this Dan Newman, all right. Doesn't look right, but we'll fix that. Good enough. Making progress. Yeah, we'll tidy this up. Actually, let's do a flex with a gap of 4 again. Just dropping flexes everywhere. Could have done H stack. Maybe we'll change it back. Don't need $sign there. Do need probably space there. Let's see if that at least dressed it up a little bit better here. It's looking a little bit better. We do need to line item center. That makes that a little nicer. And we'll add some more stuff here. Do another little header or divider. What the heck? Sometimes when cursor suggests stuff, it's like, yeah, what the heck? I'll try it out. Do a little divider action. You never know. Might look nice. Might look better if I actually have some spacing on it. So we'll show some my, maybe let's just go fat 6. There we go. Looking better. All right, so now we have the actor who we're passing in. Probably needs a little bit there's a little bit of latency there and a little bit jumpy. We can smooth that out later, but let's see here. Cool. So that's good enough for that. And now we need to figure out how to get them added to a pack. So back to the, oh man. All right, I'll get better at this. I was basically just checking this out, just playing around with the modal a bit. Again, it's a little bit jumpy when these things are loading in, but it's all just client-side stuff we can smooth out later. So we have that going. Got the, probably need to have like a little header or something to show your starter packs or something. And eventually, I want to get to the option of I can either add them to existing packs or I can create a new one. And creating a new one's going to be a kind of like I need to figure it out, but I want it to be like kind of like this like browsing, adding people experience. This kind of like is like engaged, like enabled on the site. It'll be a little bit more than a modal, but I also just need to start testing the Blue Sky API and make sure I can do this. So my thinking here is that actually I should be able to pass the starter pack, get the associated list, create a list item, add the profile to the list as a list item to that list, and then I'm hoping that will then flow up to the starter pack and get the updates. But I haven't actually. I've only done following and unfollowing, and obviously just fetching of just gets basically of all the other Blue Sky stuff. So I'm hoping my assumptions are right. But go back to code here. I mean, we're getting pretty close to be able to start setting up this submit thing. I guess the only thing I don't have, or I haven't showed you yet, is I do have this, so API Blue Sky controller. Um, this is basically some stuff I have for like handling the follows and the unfollows. And I added this new post for starter packs. And then also there's basically some general proxying stuff I have to do through the app when you're authenticated. And this controller is kind of handling that here. And it's also just doing some other stuff as far as for the auth state. So yeah, you can see like this is like a proxy for the get profile, get follows. But for here, we're just going to go starter pack with a post. And I'm thinking that basically the body takes, well, all right, this is interesting. So I think that this makes sense probably for creating a brand new starter pack, which I then have to the service that I started toying around with. But actually I want to do, oh, you see, it's already kind of, this is where cursor starts figuring it out. So yeah. And right, that's right, starter pack and the actor. That's what I want to do. And then what do I want to return? Add to starter pack. All right, but that doesn't exist. But I think it might. We'll see. Or basically, maybe it doesn't exist in that form. So move that over there, and then we'll go to the API Blue Sky service. Yeah. So it doesn't exist because actually my thinking was that it won't be starter pack, it'll be starter packs. And you'll pass an array of those, except the order is a little bit different here. So I'm going to pass the actor first, then I'm going to pass the starter packs, and then I pass the session. And essentially, based on what I've been able to kind of reverse engineer based off like the types and looking at the Blue Sky, this AT Proto API, basically just code diving, is that there is this list item, there's the create, you have to pass in. I think this is the way it works, basically the context that you're adding the list item for. So it essentially is my repo, which is just the session and the authenticated user's session and their DID. And then the subject is essentially the person that, or the thing that you're adding to a list, which in this case, it's the actor URI. And then you give the context. And this is actually the one thing I need to specify more, because actually the starter pack has a URI, but then within a starter pack, there is actually a reference to a list, and you actually need the list URI. So actually I should probably make this a little bit more starter pack list URIs and make it a little bit more clear, because I could easily be duped into just passing the starter pack URI and thinking that's going to work, but I don't think that's going to work. Which is also interesting because that means that back here in my modal, I should probably not render the starter pack CID, but the actual list dot, is it a CID? Which also means I just need to make sure that the list is unique, but I'll make sure that I'll check to see if that is making it back in that response, which we can do here. Let's just see what we're getting from the starter packs actually. All right, I'm going to be on top of it. I'm going to go back to browser mode and bring you along with me. I need to refresh the page after something like that. So yeah, we have the starter packs. We have our thing here. Right now, I just have the creator, but I'm going to have to add bring the list along, I think. Yeah, because it doesn't like that. Cool. All right, back to codes. Just got to do a little bit of updates on the get on that starter packs endpoint. Which actually, this is where I think I have these in a different one right now. Yeah. But actually, this is, oh wait, no, this is I'm using the Blue Sky API. Do I really have to load the list? Or no, it's proxying it through. Sorry, let me just talking this through to myself. Let me go back to the modal here. Use actor starter packs. And this is fetching it right from, this isn't proxying through. Because see, actually, if I was using, there was a period in time where I was actually going to do kind of like a conditional here. Like if you're logged in, send it through the Blue Sky URL. If not, then hit Blue Sky directly. But I'm surprised that that's not given a list URI. Oh, it's under record. Yeah. Okay. Fun. Okay, record.list. Gotta reboot my headphone amp. I started getting a little feedback in there. But yeah. So yeah, I actually don't wanna, I need to do starter pack record actually dot list. That would be the value. I guess we'll see if that ends up being the value, but at least that means our thing should load again. So let's see here, let's refresh. That's looking better. Yeah. And then if I inspect this, I should see our checkbox. And the value should be that, yeah, at DID, blah, 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 blah. Cool. All right, so we're getting closer. Now I just need to wrap this up, pass whatever the selected ones are, along with the actor URI to our API endpoint, and then we might be able to start adding these things to existing lists, which would be rad. Assuming that I have the API plumbed in right. All right, so let's see here. All right, got to start basically handling these selected stuff. I think we can get away with, I should just use React hook form. Yeah, let me just do that. Although at the same time, let me have a reference here. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I have, I'm using like React hook form and then the yup for the validation on this. So I can essentially make it to where I have to confirm that there's a starter pack selected. I guess at some point I'll figure out a way of conditionally disabling or removing starter packs from the list depending on the actor or the profile that's been selected or added. But for now, I'm just gonna, by the knowledge of me knowing who's already in that starter pack, I know which to submit. And actually, maybe it'll be a good test just to see what happens if I submit a profile that's already part of that starter pack and see if it blows up or if it adds duplicates or if it just gracefully ignores that creation request. But yeah. So yeah. So let's do that. So we need a few things here. I guess I started what I do here. That's just for some styling stuff. Don't really need it. But I do need to come up with the schema for the validation. So and I also need, I guess we'll add the actor as a hidden input field, like a hit. And then that way it can all just be in the form, like proper style instead of just like JS hacking. JS hacking forms. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely JS hacked some forms in my day, but sometimes it's nice to actually do like proper HTML stuff and try to be a little bit you know, respect the standards. All right, we know that's coming through and that helped us solve. So we have our register. And then, yeah, we need to add the yup resolver. Cool. And then I need to wrap this around my submit. And we're good there. And then I need to start registering this stuff, which I also have to add the default values in to that setup. That's a good question. Don't need that. I kind of forget how multi input stuff works with the yup stuff and React hook form. I mean, ideally, it just puts it in as a like starter packs array and you just get multiples in the body. I guess we'll see. So we have the resolver, and then I think, yeah, we can add our default values. And so we pass in the actor, we have our starter packs, and then I guess we'll see what we get. Oh, that's right. We're no longer getting the event. We're just getting the data from React hook form. And so we can just console that and see how it's setting it up. Okay, let's go back to the browser, see what we're getting here. So if I hit add, I'm not getting, oh, they're not submitting. Thought I had that as button type submit. And it's within the context of the form. Unless there's an error based on the actor is required. Yep, array of string. I guess we'll do optional. Although I do have one there. And I have the log here. Huh. Bear with me. Handle submit form. That's mapped from there. It's passing the handle submit. And there's nothing I'm not using there. I mean, essentially, I could end up, eventually, I will end up adding like the is loading and then have the is submitting and then also disable that. So is disabled, is submitting. But for now, let's just actually make sure we're getting something here. Okay, what's going on? Why wouldn't that submit? Let's go back to code, I guess. Well, that's super annoying. It's within the context of the form. Maybe because it's sitting outside the content. Some sort of weird. Probably some sort of weird portal thing. What the heck? All right, back to code. If anyone's seeing something I'm just like blatantly missing, let me know. But let's check the Twitter chats. Maybe someone's yelling at me over there. That's funny. I mean, I have the form. I have the on submit, handle submit, form, handle submit. It's a callback. It's just logging the data that gets passed. I have the button. How'd I set this one up over here? I guess it's just all. Hmm. That should be fine. I mean, especially since I just moved that form inside the modal content. I guess let me see how it's actually being rendered out here. So I'm using I mean, I guess you could probably grok it a little bit, but I'm using Chakra UI, but I'm using the V2 still. Just because it I don't know, I just kind of like it a little bit better. I guess fair point, I haven't actually used V3 yet, which was kind of rewritten with like the whole Next app router and like React server components. And I think they also were trying to like decouple it from, I don't think it uses emotion anymore. I think it uses either Panda or Tailwind for the styling underneath. But I don't know. I guess I've just been using Chakra V2 for so long that, you know, habits are hard to, some habits are just hard to kick. That's interesting. So the value is actually not being set for actors. So maybe there is some sort of weird validation issue that's just not submitting, even though I set the default value to the actor that's passed. I bet I'm getting an error. So let's see. I guess let's log errors. That would explain it. All right, so I'm now logging the, yeah, there we go. Actor is required field. That's why it's not submitting. Weird. Why is it not getting set with the default values? I guess maybe because actor isn't there on mount. Hmm. That might be like a mounting thing. I guess I could not render this until there's actually an actor. See if that fixes it. Again, cursor, stop blocking me, man. I'm sure you're probably suggesting I do the exact same thing you're suggesting or blocking me from, but don't block me sometimes. Sometimes just don't block me. All right. I don't know if it's going to make it. I guess we'll see. We might want to change this around a little bit because I'm not sure if it's going to animate anymore. But now let's go back to browser. Let's see. Do we have an actor now? All right, handle submit. We have the actor, so it's a mounting thing. All right, cool. But at least we still have, yeah, it's kind of, there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, we'll clean up this modal, but all right, we're getting what we need. And then how are we getting so we have the handle submit, and we have the array of starter packs, and that looks like the right value. So I think we're good to go. So what do we need? We have the client, and what do we want to do here? So we want to do client, post, starter packs, add. I mean, I guess technically I can just add the data because it's in the format we want it. And that's looking pretty good. I guess I'll probably want to do an on submit so that way we can or on success maybe. And I'll definitely want to add that little toast thing. That would be nice. And then we'll call this on success. And then I guess if we have an error, we'll figure out what we're going to do with it. But for now, that's good. And then make this a little bit more unique. So I'll have the name of the person who was added, actor profile. Yeah. Added to, have to do maybe some pluralize. Yeah, data start packs at length. And I don't know if I have pluralize as a, oh, sorry, code mode. Code mode. Do I have pluralize in here? Maybe. No. Is it a default export or did they? I thought they namespaced it. Or not namespaced it, but did the named exports. I might not have it, but I'll add it. Okay. But basically, we'll do our pluralize, and we'll do packs, and we'll do the length. And then we need to add our toast, which I think is via use toast. Oops. All right, that'll work. Didn't put it where I want it, but that's fine. And then const handle success. That works for me. Let's close and then set the actor to null. And then who knows, we might end up having to delay that slightly because this thing's going to animate out. So maybe let's just get ahead of it. Just hack it in again. Make it work, make it right. I know there's a slight animation on the on close. I know if I set the actor to null and we're conditionally rendering this modal based on the actor being set, that chances are that's going to happen before this cleans it up. So hack around, find out. And we'll add those. I guess I'll go and add pluralize real quick. And then I guess we'll figure out whether it's a default export or a named export. Wow, 8.0. Named? Not? All right. Come on. Is there a better? Is there a better one? Why are you flickering? No light flickering over here. Probably just needs to go out. Trying to keep it chill in here. Oh man. Yeah, maybe I need to find a newer one. When was the last time this was updated? 6 years ago. Ah, that's the problem with it. Running your own stuff. All right. No, I'm not gonna fix that right now. I think I just need to restart the Heroku instance on package stats. Go figure. Or I just need to add that. I guess maybe it's just, is it just complaining about types? Let's see. Do I just need to add the at types? Yeah, probably. All right, I'll just do that real quick. I'm wondering, are people digging the music? Or are people even listening to Spotify? Do they have their own stuff going on, or just enjoying my voice? It's actually probably nothing but like AI video scrapers watching the stream right now, which is fine. Scrape away. All right. So we're in code mode. All right, I added the type. So I think I just need to, I guess I assume it's just a default export. All right, we're getting that. And actually, while we're doing that, we might as well make this a little bit dynamic. That could be nice. Add to pluralize. Is that how that works? I feel like you should be able to get the, not register. What is it? Form state. Is that valid? What is it complaining? Maybe I could do it. Form state dot. No, not use form state. Come on, cursor. Ay, ay, ay. I want to reference form state. Cannot find form state. It's because it's being destructured. I can just read that off of there. So if we have our form state, I could do form state.errors. Ay, 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 come on. No, I don't want an emoji. Although that didn't fix my. All right, React hook form. Where are you at? All right, to the Googs or the DuckDuckGos. Reactive values to update the form. We get the updated once values return. We'll get updated once values return. I don't think it's not quite what I'm looking for. Will not trigger re-renders or subscribe to input changes. I think I just need to watch. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So move that back and then we'll add the watch. Then you're good. And this gets less ugly. And then I do not that. Watch starter packs. No? Oh. And if it has it. Can I set a default value? Yeah. Which actually I don't need that. Still barks. Okay. Add to packs. All right. We're good there. We're good there. This is the code dive I was looking into earlier. I think we're good there. Up, add to packs. Oh, yeah. There we go. Add to pack. Add to packs. Ooh, 404 not found because I haven't restarted the API yet. And actually, yeah, that URL is not right. Because technically that's in the Blue Sky controller, so it'll be Blue Sky starter pack add. And I guess technically that should probably be like a patch. Do I have patch? And then if I go to this, I think that makes sense, right? Oh, I'll bring you back to code, sorry. So update this to a patch. But I guess I'm not really. I mean, the proper way would probably be. Well, no, because it's multiple starter packs I could add them to. I was just say if I was to throw like the ID in this starter pack / blah 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 / add, but that would only be one starter pack. I wouldn't do multiple. I'm really not sure if this is a patch or a post. It's a patch for now. Assuming I have everything wired up, and if I don't, then it's a post. Okay. Cool. Let me just go back here, restart the services. So actually, this is another cool thing. Let me make sure you're on the right terminal if I switch over to this terminal one. But one of the cool things I like about, is it the right one? Yeah, I guess it is. With NX, so I have all those different services running, and essentially, in order to spin them up and spin them down, you can just do NX run many, and then specify the command, which is just for this serve. But you also could have build. By default, it spins up 3 services kind of in parallel, but you can override that to whatever you want. There's another thing I'm playing around with where I think I have like 4 or 5, and it seems like it's good, but it just kind of spins those up and makes it really easy to get going. The only other thing I have to spin up is basically like a local Redis instance to handle some of the local queue stuff. But that's going. So I think we will no longer have a 404, but let's see here. I guess also let me see who I want to add to that. Who is Who is in my starter pack? And who might I need to add? Let's see. I listen to way too many podcasts, but I also feel like I'm making up for lost time because I, for whatever reason, like when 2020 hit, I was walking there a lot and I was listening to some podcasts or trying to talk to friends and stuff. But I don't know. I guess I ended up just listening to music more, a lot more when I was like working from home. But it was also kind of hard to work from home because you had my daughter was there and my son was being born that May. And things were kind of just like hectic. And if I was just in podcast land, zoning out all day, I know that, yeah, my partner, she would not have been happy with me just like zoning out with podcasts. So, I mean, I think I probably went like, I don't think it was till like 2023. And then I ended up coming back and like there was so many new shows and shows that I listened to that just had tons of episodes and all this stuff. And now I feel like I've just been playing catch up because I'm a completionist when it comes to podcasts. So I try to listen from like start of the episode to the end or start of the podcast to the end. So I'm listening to some podcasts like that are still back in like 2021, 2022. Eventually I'll get up to current day, but let's see. Okay. So who might have someone who I listen to? Oh wait, yeah. I can't click on that anymore. I have to click on his name now. Let's see. I guess it doesn't matter. I can always remove them, but I haven't built the thing that lets me remove them from a podcast yet. So I'd have to go do that on Blue Sky. I don't think I've added Mubs here. He was on a jam session with me. So technically, he qualifies as a podcaster who is in my ear holes. And I've heard him on other, I think he was on Indie Hackers and a bunch of some other shows I've listened to. So let's see here. So if I click add there, yeah, I don't have a patch. So we'll just use post, which also means I'm going to have to update this. Go back here and restart there definitely has to be a way for me to make API updates and have those get hot reloaded, but they don't. Some updates seem to, and some don't. So I just always end up kind of, anytime I'm making new routes or endpoints, I end up just like rebooting the service, which is kind of annoying, but you do what you gotta do. Cool. Let's see here. All right. Wow. I didn't think it was going to work, but I think it worked. Now I guess the moment of truth is, oh wait, did it remove? Wait, no, he's here. I was like, I guess let's see what happens again if I do it again. Okay. So I've added Mubs twice to my podcasters in my ear holes. And I have a weird rendering issue, and he was added once. Amazing. All right, so it works. All right, and I can just assume that I've had multiples that he would get added to those because the logic is pretty straightforward. And I mean, I'll go in the code and show you real quick, but essentially here in the Blue Sky controller, I essentially call this add to starter packs, and it takes the actor URI, the starter pack list URIs, and iterates over those lists, creating a list item with the actor URL and that starter pack list URI. It's also kind of interesting the fact that so this is kind of surprised me, the fact that you specify the created at. I would think that they would want control over this, but for some reason I believe this is a required thing. Let me see if I can, if I remove it, I think it complains. Yeah, it does. So weird. I would think that they would want to control that, but I'm not sure if that's a weird validation thing or if that's just part of like like the app protocol. Um, but interesting. I think at some point it would be nice to have a better response from this request other than just your classic JSON response with the success true, but for now it works. Cool. So, and also the toast was popping up. So I don't know if you all saw that, but let's see here. We were over on, I think we were on, or was it Ian's profile? No, it wasn't Ian's. He's got too many people here. Oh wait, yeah, it was. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, it wasn't. Oh no, it was Peter. He might have him in here. Let's see. Peter, you need to get on Ian's podcasters starter pack. Actually, this is another new thing I ended up adding to starter packs. It's not released yet. It's kind of still in this build, but in this local thing. But I added this starter packs leaderboard, and so this is a number that is set on each starter pack that you can just reference. And so I ended up, in addition to writing the script that I was using to sync up all the packs that people are in, so I can display those in your profile. I also grab these numbers so you can see this week and all time. And actually, I'm pretty sure Ian's pack might be in the top 100 somewhere. But this is kind of cool. It'll be interesting to see. Oh yeah, there's like Justin's Laravel Friends pack. Kind of interesting to see where some of these things fall. But essentially the number is the number of people who joined through that pack. So there could be a cool game maybe at some point, like curate the best starter packs that get people to join Blue Sky. I don't know. But a new feature that's going to be added here. All right, cool. So it seems like adding to this is good, other than rendering errors. Now I should probably figure out the real meat is the create a new list. Trying to think about what's the best way to do that. Go back to codes. So I guess what I was originally thinking was, well, actually, no, let's go back to the site real quick so I could talk through some of the design stuff. So my original thought was if I was to click here and I could see these packs, but if I wanted to essentially go into like create a new list mode, I could see the list of starter packs here or create a new one. If I hit create a new one, I thought it could be kind of cool if like there was maybe bringing it back to like the old school, there was those, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but like Google Circles back in the day when Google was trying to do like social stuff. Um, they had this way where you could like drag people into circles. Um, I thought it could be cool to maybe not necessarily drag people into circles, but if there was like this like strip at the bottom that basically ended up being kind of like a little bucket, then you could just like add, as you like, if you have this like new starter pack mode engaged, essentially every time you hit that plus button, instead of like popping up this modal, it would just add more people to this kind of like jump them down into this like bucket and then like have them start like scrolling across. And then when you're done, basically you could then um click something in that kind of like strip and then like add the name and the description and whatever else, and essentially everyone that had you'd kind of queued up in there would all get added to that starter pack at once. um so it's a slightly different mode, and I, I guess I don't know. I guess we'll play around with it, but let's get it going. So back to the codes. Yeah, sorry, I'm fumbling around a little bit, thinking this thing through, but we'll get there. Maybe I'll change up the music a little bit. Anyone have any suggestions? Feel free. Don't be shy. I don't again. I don't know if people are actually listening to the music or not, but come and let's jam. I mean, this is a jam session, right? Actually, this is pretty good. Let's see if they have any new singles out yet. No, this is the latest, I think. So yeah, I don't know if anyone listens to Pup. It's gonna be a little heavier, but at the same time, kind of poppy. But rad. All right, cool. So yeah, let's figure out this new starter pack thingamajigga. So we have our list of starter packs here. Actually, I think I could probably just throw it maybe down here. And we can do an outline button. I don't want it to necessarily close. Create new starter pack, maybe. And I think these should. Sorry, I'm going to be jumping back and forth between code and the browser, but yeah. So I think these should stack. And then I could just update this to justify content, space between. Yeah. And actually, I probably want to make this color scheme blue just to kind of match some of the other stuff. And so my thinking is if I click this button, that then kind of like puts it into create new mode. The actor that is selected now gets added to this array of actors, and eventually whatever this thing brings up, because you're in this new mode, will be this new thing. So I need to have an event off of this. So I go back to code mode. And so, I mean, I guess maybe I'll just do like on create new. Kind of seems like a weird callback name, but This is kind of the life we live sometimes in React. So on click, we'll call basically on create new. And over here, we'll have a handle create new. Oops, so close. Not exactly what I want to have happen. So I think we'll have a new thing here where now I have this new thing where it's maybe new starter pack actors. And it's just an array. And instead of clearing that out, we will set the new starter pack actors and then we'll pre-populating it with the current actor. I do think we want to close this one. And I guess we have to add that as a dependency on that callback. I'm just trying to think of this is where like I could make some sort of weird inference that, oh, now we're in like this like new starter pack mode if the length of this state is like greater than 1, and I could do some weird thing like down here where it's like new starter pack's length, you know, and actually you don't even need greater than equal to, or greater than 1. You just need to do that. I could do that, but I obviously that's not the right component. I always feel like, man, this is actually going to be like a new starter pack drawer, maybe. And then I have and then the actors would be the new starting pack actors, and it has its own open and close. Yeah, this is where I start getting a little indecisive. I just hate having to do things based off of length versus like actually like enabling in mode. So maybe I'll just do that. I'll just have another state where it's like create new starter pack or something, and it's just a Boolean. Essentially, it sets that to true. And then it does some cleanup on that stuff. But then I'm going to have to create this like new drawer thing. So this is also a funny thing too. It's like, so I created this modals directory. I only have this one modal in here, even though I technically have another modal for like authentication. And in reality, whether it's a modal or a drawer, it's something that pops in and pops out. So sometimes I think it's silly to do these folders, but also sometimes you just do them. Actually, if anything, I should just call this starter packs. And we'll just make it kind of like a feature. And I'll update the imports here. Or let's see, maybe it did it for me. Yeah, let's update okay. So what did I call it? New starter pack drawer. Or maybe create starter pack drawer. I probably should try to vibe code this thing, huh? I never think to do that. Um, because I feel like also it's like easy enough to just start kind of roughing it in with some of the suggestions. And I need to have a disclosure on there. And so I got a scope. So this would be scope that disclosure. Or maybe I choose not to destructure it, and then I have the modal disclosure, and I have the drawer disclosure. Oops. Oh, I guess that does kind of simplify things a little bit. Autocomplete, man. Well, and this would actually be modal disclosure. Don't unclose. I spelled it wrong. I guess that's okay-ish. I gotta export that. Yeah, pub songs are fast. It's already through that one. That little quickie, 3-song quickie. Actually, this playlist is really good. So I discovered this from this one band called I'm not sure if the dude who made that playlist is actually in this band, but this band Bedridden. Oh wait, they got a new one. March 20. Oh no, I think I heard this. We'll listen to it now. This stuff's good. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's a dude in this band or what, but it was on the artist playlist, and it's really good. So I've been like discovering some stuff off of that. So I'll probably play some stuff off of that playlist in a bit. But so yeah, we got to add this to the exports. Then we should be able to pull it in up here. Now, whether this is a drawer or not, I don't know. It kind of seems a little bit probably doesn't matter, but I was thinking that would be on the bottom as you're adding these things. So I don't know. There might have to be some sort of other global state so that I can account for setting some sort of margin bottom at the bottom of pages, so that way this thing doesn't cover up stuff, so you can still navigate to everything. Or at the very least, it's just going to cover up some footer stuff, which probably isn't too bad, but we'll figure it out. I should be drinking beer. Instead, I'm just drinking water. But it feels like beer because it has fizzies. All right. So we'll start letting AI just kind of flesh this stuff out for us. Um, Yeah, we're gonna know we're gonna need that at some point. Although, I'm not really gonna do name yet. So name, I was thinking was gonna be like a separate phase of this drawer. Essentially, you're adding a bunch of actors. They're kind of building it up, sliding in or something, and then so yeah, maybe I won't do that just yet. We'll see. But I will have a form. And I guess for now, let's just see if this thing is getting triggered. Oh, I also have to handle create new. So essentially, I set the starter packs actor. I set create new starter pack to true, which then is going to turn this thing on. Create new starter pack, which is going to show the drawer. And then I'm going to close the modal. But at the same time, I need to probably do drawer.onOpen, drawer on the drawer disclosure to show that. Gonna have some shit scissoring on here. It's probably not gonna look too great, but we'll play around with the stacking of this stuff. And then we're gonna pass in those actors, and we'll accept that over here. And again, just throwing care to the wind and just going with any's on this stuff until we actually solidify it, make it work, make it right. All right, let's just do a little gut check. What's going to happen over here? So if I want to add Jeremy Ends and I want to create a new starter pack, oh, nothing. Just glitch out. Oh, okay. It's there. It's definitely bottom placement. Wasn't expecting that. I thought it would I thought drawers kind of like are absolute, no? Uh why is it not absolute? Um do I need to put this thing in like a container? I thought drawers were absolute. Uh yeah, I'm just looking at the code right now. Just seeing if there's a sometimes there's like a use portal. I see portal props. Or maybe maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I need to do size full. That doesn't seem right. But basically, our drawer is chilling down here. That's weird. Let me go to Chakra real quick. Drawer. Maybe it's because I don't have the drawer content. That's probably it. Just because AI started adding stuff in willy nilly, it forgot that it needed to wrap the header and the body, and eventually we'll have a footer in the drawer content. Let's see if that makes it better. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. And I don't want it to be full. Okay, so we got that. And I guess Now it just dismisses when I click, but I'm going to have to make that a little bit more sticky. It's just snapping away. Why is... Let's see what's on here. So we have the drawer, unclose. Not sure why it would just snap away. Normally those things like navigate, like animate back out. It's not like we're setting create new starter pack to... No, actually, that's an interesting thing. So it's not keeping that state. It's like it's almost... Set create new starter pack. Set create new starter pack. I was kind of thinking that that would be sticky. I mean, I think that's how you would do this, really. And then that's how I'm going to get it to where essentially it's not going to go up again. But oh, I know why. Because I'm basically calling this, so I'm forcing that to open. And then because I'm clicking on that, I'm basically dismissing it. So it's happening at the same time. Got it. So what I could do, if create new starter pack, not exactly the code I would write there, I would just return. I wouldn't want to necessarily set that to false. I would just want to add that person to the existing list of actors. And actually, I mean, I guess we could figure out how we want to do this, but my thinking is if it's going from left to right, as I add new people, I wouldn't want those added onto the end. I want them added onto the beginning and then kind of shift stuff over. So we'll add it first and then we'll just blow in the rest of the actors there. Now, granted, we're not showing anything yet, but we will. All right, so let's go back here, see what happens. Oh, but it somehow is closed. So maybe drawer disclosure. For now, I need to actually keep it open. But for now, we'll just open it again. Is that going to work? That get us in a... When in doubt, blow away the state. All right, so I get that. I do create add. It dismissed. Oh, unopen. Duh. Okay. I also need it. So, okay. I could do it that way. Basically, my thinking was that I think I really want the drawer to just be sticky. I don't want it to like go away when you click stuff and then have this like double clicking thing going on. So we'll tie that to the state. Create, oops. So that's always going to be there. And then assuming that this thing isn't stealing clicks, which it is right now, I think there's a way to do that to where it doesn't. Actually, I might as well just check out the chakra thing real quick. I'm pretty sure there's a way to not steal the pointer events. Block scroll on mount. Yeah, that would be false. Trap focus would be false. So yeah. All right, back to codes. So trap focus is false. And then what's the scroll one? Preserve. No. Block scroll on mount. False. Wait, where did you suggested it? I tabbed. All right. Let's see if that does a trick. Okay, so we're scrolling. I think it's still capturing focus though. Let me refresh and see what happens. I felt like, yeah, because I'm getting button hover hands. So it definitely is still capturing clicks. Yeah, because I can't navigate. So what's the magic? What's the magic prop? I thought it was the focus thing, but that apparently is not the case. And I'm also now able to scroll. So, I mean, technically, I don't even really need to have this thing be a drawer. It just needs to be something that just comes up because I'm basically not really using it like a drawer. And I'm not using any of these like close on escape, close on overlay click. Yeah, it might not be worth doing this as a drawer. I can just make up my own thing. All right, drawer, you were cool, but we will not use you. We'll just do our own thing, which will basically just be a box with position fixed with a left of 0. Actually, wait. Top right 0, bottom 0, left 0. And then it'll have a heading of create new starter pack. Even though I don't think it will have this, but just for now, placeholder. I actually think I want this. And then color to be white. Create new starter pack. And we got our thing down there. We'll do some Z-index stuff on it. So I guess we'll do overlay. Let's see if that bumps it up enough. That looks okay. Okay, so now we should be having actors added to this, but obviously we're not rendering them yet. So let's start rendering these things. So we have these actors. The quickest way is actually just going to be mapping these to a profile card for now, and then I'll probably clean that up, but actually I don't want to spread the actor because all I'm really getting is the DID, but I kind of forget the props on there. So it just takes a profile. Cool. We need to import that. And thinking what we'll do is we'll throw that in a flex with a gap of 3 or so. And I don't want it to wrap. And actually, I want it to probably overflow X auto. Might end up clipping it at some point, but we'll just feel it out. All right, all your drawer stuff is gone. Guess we'll get rid of this stuff too until we start using it. And I no longer need all this disclosure stuff, which is kind of cool. But at some point, I will want to specify when this thing should animate in. But we're not going to do that just yet. So for now, we're just going to render it straight. Getting there. Ish. Let's get rid of this header. Definitely need to add some bits of padding here. Although always risky to do padding when you have the overflows. I don't really want padding, I guess. I want margin on this. I think that'll do it. No, it still cuts. padding. Padding on the flex. But why are the profiles not loading? What do they not like about that actor thing that we're doing there? I guess let me see what profile card's doing. For some reason, I thought profile card. It's a little hacky, but I see what's going on here. It just expects it as if you're getting like an object with a DID on it, I think. Yeah. Although funny, it only did that one. Let's see here. Huh. Well, we're getting there. Let's see what's going on in the provider. Oops. Okay, so back to codes. All right, so we have our provider here. We're adding the actor. We're spreading the existing ones. New starter pack actors. Oh, I know what we should do. That's better. And we no longer need a drawer disclosure. It's feeling better already. Are we still referencing this somewhere? Okay. All right. So create new pack. Okay. I gotta do some updates to interesting. Have to see what the state we're getting there. All right. Oh yeah. I'll bring you back over to the. Let me refresh this so you can see what's going on. So essentially, I create new starter pack. Barack shows there. I start adding some other ones. And for some reason, they are not loading. Although that was even inconsistent too, because the first time I did it, I did that one and it loaded. I did another one and it loaded. So there's something going on. So we're going to go look at the code real quick and see what we can figure out. First, I'm just going to see. Oh, and basically I don't know if I was in code mode when I did it, but originally I actually had a reference to like the new starter pack actors, and then I was like doing that. But actually, if you remove that and just have this you use the previous state, and then do this to destructure it, you remove one of the dependencies, and it makes everything a little bit lighter on the callback. And hopefully we'll reduce some re-rendering further down the stack, but at the same time, it's going to re-render anyways because you're updating this state. So, pick and choose your poison, but that cleaned it up a little bit, and I thought it solved some of the issues, but actually I need to drill into profile card to see what's going on with this profile prop. So if I have the profile prop, basically I'm going to rely on this use profile. But I'm only enabling the local profile if a profile prop is not provided. Why am I doing that? Hmm. Hmm. This is where I need to like reroute my mind. This is also like the last couple months since I haven't really been able to work on this much. You always just it's like you're rediscovering a past self. It's like and figuring out like why I negotiated these certain changes. Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, I understand why I would want to bypass this. I just don't know when a profile card would be loaded without a profile prop. Like it doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I think the issue is it's like this profile is expecting to basically be like a full blown profile. So really don't want to pass a whole profile for this actor thing because I feel like that's one overkill for the one off adding instance. But I don't know, maybe we do it. Oh, hey, Nate. Um, Sorry, I missed this. You said it 12 minutes ago. I'm not sure if you're even still on right now. Maybe not. Can you solve it with some CSS? What's blocking the UI? And after? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I think I got it working now. This is more of a data structuring thing. Man, I need to figure out a way to get these things to come up over the top. Um, Sorry, I missed that, Nate. All right, so I'm in code mode. Let's see here. See if anyone's chiming in on. So yeah, so you know what? Maybe I will just pass the whole profile from that on click. I really don't want to do like some unnecessary, I'm like looking at this page. Like I don't want to have it to where it's like I pass this up into the provider and then now I have these array of profile DIDs and then I need to then before I render these cards load each, I mean, I could create a wrapper around the profile card that then gets the DID, uses the use profile, loads it in, and then passes that. Or I make a simplified component just for this because I'm not going to want to do following. I'm not going to want the add button. I could just do a really simplified kind of info card and just say, I will not use the profile card. And I think that might be the way to go because I don't need any of this other stuff. And then I can have it to where each one of these things can just fetch their own stuff. I think that's the way I'm going to go. Until I realize that that's the wrong way or not. But yeah. And sorry, Nate. I'm sorry I missed your missed your comment there. I'm sure it would have been poignant based on what I was doing. Cool. So we have this profile card. It's pretty straight. It's pretty, I mean, actually, the profile card is doing a lot because it's dealing with following, unfollowing state. It's overkill for what we need here. I have a profile pill, which is similar. It's just not as cool as a card. So I think maybe just for this, I will create a starter pack actor card. Yeah, we want to import that. Got the avatar, we have text. So that seems good. We are going to have the profile, the use profile. We'll get the actor as a prop, which is just a string. Use profiles coming in from that. And we'll use actor. And then technically that's data. Passes the profile. And actually, that's the only data we're going to have. So then we can have source data to avatar. And we'll do our thing here where it's display name or handle. And for this, we want that to be, yeah, I actually don't want the white cards, I don't think, since it's on. We'll play around with it. We're just going to go BG gray 900. And we'll do a border 1 pixel solid with sure. Let's see. And that's just going to be used by our. So yeah, we don't need that anymore. Starter pack actor card. And I guess actor will be the thing that we take in. And it'll just get the straight string. And we don't have our heading anymore. Hey, I'm digging it. I think that's better. I'll simplify it a little bit, clean it up. So what do we have here? So actually, we'll just make this a flex. Probably want these things to be like consistently sized. I'm guessing. I also think that might be nice to have this just be like a little bolder, maybe semi-bold. Let's do a little checky check. All right, getting nicer. Need to add some gaps in there. Let me just quick over here, add a gap. Feeling better. I'm gonna just do I guess just set a straight width on it. Maybe a little bit longer than 200, maybe 250. And actually, you know what? It might be kind of nice to be able to remove these guys and girls. We get a girl in there. Um, yeah, it's feeling okay. Might be kind of cool. All right, go back to code here real quick. Thanks, long-standing Corporal H. Thanks for the comment there. Got a little URL being promoted over in the Twitch. But yeah, so we could do that. And then I guess we could have it to where I don't want follower account. I don't really care about that. But I do think if there is a display name, then it would be cool to basically show the handle underneath. And if not, have nothing. But maybe text that. Actually, I don't think I need to. But maybe we'll make that a gray color, grayed out 400 or something like that. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's looking cool. Obviously, we got an extra $sign going on in there, which we don't need, but we probably maybe want to add. And actually, we don't need the that, and we'll get rid of the gap. That's looking better. Obviously, we got some overflow issues going on, so I think we'll need this on both of these, but I'll go over here and we want single line for both the name and the handle because we don't want any wrapping. So Chakra has this like handy dandy number of lines thing, but it also needs to have a text overflow over ellipsis, and let's see what that gets us. It doesn't get us very far because we also need to basically specify a width on that. I think we can maybe make that avatar a little bit smaller. What do you think? Just to take up a little less space. Maybe that'll do it. Medium. Kind of doing it. Small? Too small. I like the medium. Oh, that's bad. uh, you know what? We still need to have that, but and then we'll basically have a max width of We getting clippage yet? I feel like that still needs a clip. Let's see here. All right, so I got the number of lines set to 1. I got the overflow hidden. I got the text overflow ellipsis. Maybe I just need to set a width of 200. Why isn't that clipping? Let's see what I did in the profile card. I know I did some stuff there. Hmm. Wait, am I not doing stuff there? Is it profile pill? I felt like I had to do some serious clamping on some stuff. Yeah, text overflow ellipsis. Oh, I see. I was setting the max width on that. White space, no wrap. Maybe it's just the no wrap. All right, let's check that out. Wow, still. What happens if I just add a bunch of junk to the end of that? Oh, I think, oh, I know what it is. Hmm. It's not doing it right. What is going on? Is it a flex thing? Hmm. Yeah, it's basically, it's got to be a flex thing. So this div is not quite divving. So if I set max with 200, which is probably too far, probably actually need to do like 150 or 140 or something like that. Still, it's not. Should have some ellipses stuff going on. Maybe it's just too late to think about this right now. Cool. So I don't know, getting there. Um, we'll get this figured out. But for now, oh, interesting. I lost some stuff there. It's all good. I definitely like the simplified cards there. You got some scrolling action. Might need to make that a smooth scroll thing. So it'd be a little bouncier. Gonna have to add. Let me get rid of my garbage that I added on here just to check the ellipsis stuff. Definitely want to have a little button to where I can remove people, and then also need to figure out a placement to basically advance to setting the name and description, and then being able to save that off. But I'm going to end it there, and maybe I'll do another stream tomorrow, wrapping this component up. And with that, then I'm hoping to get all of these updates with like the leaderboards, the fact that you can quick add someone to an existing starter pack, obviously the ability to create a brand new starter pack from starter packs, have that all working. And then there's basically some other stuff I want to try to do in support of basically more features for the subscriptions, or the actual paid subscriptions, essentially working on some features for the lower $7 a month plan, and then figuring out some slots to put people in the promoted supporters throughout the site. But I don't know. I think I'm feeling pretty good where this is at. Definitely like the fact that the ad worked first try on via the API. I wasn't expecting that to happen, but that was a cool side effect. I do think I want to make the experience a little bit better to where, even though Blue Sky isn't adding multiple list items to the starter packs when you add the same person over, I would like to just to make that a little bit more clear, so that way you can already kind of tell or know that they're already in that starter pack, so you're not having to like guess of like just like adding multiples. Even though I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just more of a usability thing, but or like an informing thing. But yeah, so cool. I'm digging this so far. Hopefully this is informative to you. Maybe you learned some stuff, maybe you didn't. Let me know. And yeah, and I'll try to wrap this up maybe tomorrow or early next week, but who knows? Tomorrow. So this has been a live jam session. Hopefully people also opened up the Spotify link and was listening along with me. I'll have some other albums, some other stuff I've been listening to share tomorrow. I kind of listen to this Bettering thing, but I think we're going to maybe dig into this playlist. And yeah, hopefully this is rad. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Have a great one. Later.